Hi, this is Larry with Downsizing Makes Sense, and today is 7 days to go before we move into that RV full time. Now, if you've never been to our channel, Alice and I are 50-something empty nesters that are giving up the corporate grind and getting in this RV and living in it full time. Now, our house sells in 7 days, and we got to move into this with all of our stuff. So we're in the middle of paring down our junk, and today is about moving the stuff we're going to keep into the RV. Now, we're not actually at a campground right now, we're actually at our house. So we're actually just moving stuff from the house back into the RV. So about a couple weeks ago, our slide stopped working, so we actually had it in the shop. And it turns out the parts for the, to replace the slide system weren't gonna be in for another week or so. And we are gonna be out of here in 6 days. So we decided to just pick it up from the shop, and from there we are going to go to our first campground, which is going to be, I think, in Wekiva Springs, and then we are going to have to bring it back to the shop. Once the parts come in, we'll bring it back to the shop. You can see our bedroom slide is not working. We're going to do a whole episode on our broken slide and how Grand Design stepped up big time to take care of it, even though this is a 2-year-old Solitude that we bought back in August. So anyway, so this episode is going to be about moving stuff from the house, and I'm going to probably do a little time lapse in here, moving stuff from the house and getting it into the RV. So I'm just going to take a quick walk into the RV and kind of show you where I'm going to be putting some of this stuff. So of course, you know, your regular stuff goes in the basement, all your camping gear, and we put like all of our chairs and tents and all that kind of stuff back in the front storage area. And then of course, it's easy to access. We got all this stuff in bins. This all still needs to be really organized, so we're still working on that. Let me just go inside real quick and show you kind of what we're doing. Okay, so we're in the Solitude, and all these bins right here, this is mostly camera equipment. Yeah, I've got a camera equipment problem. Not so much cameras, but like all the accessories and the audio and the tripods and all the junk that goes with making YouTube videos. Of course, I don't need all this stuff, but I've convinced myself that I do. So anyway, so I've got to store this stuff. Now, the great thing about the Solitude is it has these giant cabinets up here. And this is where I'm going to be keeping all my camera equipment. When we go on trips, I actually bring all this stuff with me so that we have all my camera gear with me, because I never know what I'm going to need. So, because I'm still working on this. I'm still learning the whole videography YouTube thing. Now, the other important thing for me on the road was that I have my 3D printer. And I just test fit my 3D printer, and it fits perfectly up here into this cabinet. I'll keep it up here with the different filaments that I use so that I can continue being creative with my 3D printer on the road, which to me was really important. So the rest of it is just kitchen stuff and just the regular stuff that we keep even when we're just regular camping. But now we're moving this stuff that we used to keep in the house when we go on camping trips, but stuff we want to keep, and it has to go with us on the road. We're talking about hundreds of pounds more of stuff. I think I've got about 3,000 pounds capacity of cargo that I can keep in this unit. Hopefully we're not going to get anywhere near that, but I can tell just today in the amount of stuff that I'm moving in that we are going to get this thing pretty well loaded, which is one of the reasons that, if you see my video on the Ram, one of the reasons I got the dually so that I could, you know, max out the capacity packing up the Solitude and wouldn't have to worry about it. So from here, it's just basically moving the stuff from the house into the RV. Now, I have a lot more stuff than I thought I was gonna have going into the RV. So we still have to do another purge. Now, as you can see from the garage, I moved out some of the stuff. There was a bunch of stuff here that was kind of in staging while the RV was in the shop, and now I've moved some of that stuff into the RV, but you can see the garage is going to be a major issue for me, and that's probably going to be maybe one of my videos coming up. Maybe that'll be day 5. I'm doing day 7 now. Alice going to do 6, and I'll do 5, which may be the garage, because that's going to be a major project. Okay, here we are coming inside the house, and Alice is going to want to scurry because she doesn't like to be on camera when she's not ready for it, and she just scurried away. But you can see that, you know, you saw in her video how much progress she made in this room, which is just amazing. This room right here, This stuff right here, this has to go in the RV. I forgot. I still have to pack this stuff in the RV. I totally forgot about this stuff. We got a new Goodwill pile. We pretty much are going to Goodwill on a daily basis at this point. It is pretty intense. We're packing up stuff in the kitchen. The kitchen's tough because right now we got to decide what goes in the RV and what doesn't. We've, at this point, just kept stuff that's good for camping. And, but now we got to, bring all the other stuff that we don't want to get rid of, go to Goodwill, but has to go in the camper. So we got to scrutinize all that kitchen stuff. Now here, it's probably kind of dark in here, but this couch is going to go. And I actually took off the feet off the couch to be able to try to get this in the RV. So that still has to go, and that has to get packed up in the RV. The last amount of clothes that we have is going to be going into the RV, the day before we move kind of thing. We're going to start putting some of this stuff, but right now, during the day, we're living in the house, and at night, we're sleeping in the RV. Okay, in packing up the RV, we're looking for places to pack things that we haven't had to do before because we never really brought that much stuff with us. But now that we're bringing everything from the house that's not going to go into storage, we need to really look at all the different places. And under this bed is where these stupid chairs are. Their RV comes with 2 of these folding ones and 2 identical chairs that aren't folding. And I think what we're going to do is get rid of the non-folding ones, keep the folding ones, when we're going to use this space for storage. Now, originally we were trying to think we could use one of these long containers under here, but because of the way the container is, you can't get in. You have to kind of go like this. So we're not going to, we got a bunch of these long containers that we used to keep under the bed, but we're not going to use those anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a bunch of these, which I already have. I keep all my camera equipment in these. These are good for me because they're light, and with my arthritis, I don't have to worry about picking up anything that's too heavy. So it's convenient because I can stack 1, 2, 3 deep over here, and then I can stack 2 high here. Actually, I might even be able to stack 3 high here. Ooh, that's going to be close. But I can almost stack 3 high here or put something else on here. So that's a lot of storage down under here that we're going to use in packing up the RV. Okay, so that's it for 7 days to go. Just a quick video on packing up the RV and doing that final scrutiny of what goes in the RV and where we're going to put it. That's really another part of the equation. We've pretty much figured out a lot of this stuff, but we still have to figure out where the stuff that we're going to keep is going to go. The Solitude is a pretty good sized unit. It's 35 feet. So I think it will have the space that we need to bring the things that, that are left that we need to bring with us on our RV travels as we go full time. Alice and I are really enjoying doing these daily vlogs. It's a lot of fun. It's not as much work as far as producing the video, but we really are just trying to document our last days in the house and packing up the RV and sharing that with people. Maybe in the future, they'll see what it's like to get to the last week and some of the mistakes that were made and maybe even some of the things that we actually did right, which aren't very many. But anyways, thanks for joining us on this journey. And tomorrow, Alice is going to do 6 days to go. And I have no idea, again, what she's going to do. Like, she didn't know what I was going to do today. So we're kind of just figuring it out as we go along. So anyways, thanks again for joining us. And remember, downsizing makes sense.